Alright, what's up, guys? Josh B here. So, today, welcome to the Q&A of, uh, welcome to the Q&A for Yu-Gi-Oh! Real Life series. Today, I'm going to be answering all your questions. Uh, So, just make sure to just to type your comments below and uh, to type your questions in the chat, and I can go over that. So, let's go over some basic questions, okay? So, the now even though I noticed on YouTube that they guys even though you guys wanted me to do a Q&A, you, you didn't you didn't put down any questions, so a little bit sad to hear that, but anyway, I just wanted to go over some maybe like some basic questions that you guys probably have. So, the first question that I think that you guys would have is uh, what's going to be coming up next for my real life series. So for that, I have a lot of things coming up. So uh, even though Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets Season 1 has just ended, this is actually some like a what was it called? This is actually some spoilers, but I'm not. If you guys aren't any, if you guys don't want spoilers, then just let me know, and I'll make sure to try and avoid it. So the thing now is that for for the real life series, there is actually like I said in the 150 subscriber special episode, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. There is actually going to be a season 2 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets. So stay tuned for that. Now, also, there is currently in the works a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets movie that's going to be coming up. So the trailer will be released very soon in the next in the next few days or so. I'm just in the middle of just editing it, and and I'll get to it soon. So another question you guys may have is that after Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets, what would be next? So, right. So, what's next after Rise of the Planets is that uh, there are actually three more things coming up. Well, actually, three or four things. Like three of my own things, and then one with a collaboration with the YouTuber known as Be Awesome King. So if you haven't already subscribed to him, then make sure to it. So make sure to give him a make sure to subscribe to him because he he's a, he's actually one of my best buds, and it it would be awesome to see his following, to see his channel grow. Anyway, other than that, so the collaboration is going to be really nice with them, and what else is happening there? So yeah, there are a few things in the works. There so there's going to be a series of oh what's hey what's going on? What's going on, Team Liam? Uh, but as for Music Master, Actually, you know what? Sure, I'm just gonna give that a shout out. Uh, so shout out to Music Master as well, and make sure to subscribe to him as well, because he makes wonderful music, and I think that if he wants to if he wants to actually be in a collaboration video with me, then we'll make sure to get in touch with each other eh, and to think about what we're gonna do for that. So, as I was trying to say, uh, there are multiple things in the works. So one of them includes uh, like trying out a new specified deck for the first time. The second one is the second one is we're gonna have different characters played by different by a couple different YouTubers, including Be Awesome King, and also maybe Music Master too. I'm not sure, but uh, yeah, we're just gonna have to see about that. But anyway, uh, yeah, the third thing that I have in the work is that I'm gonna have a a real life series tournament. That's after all of my real life series is done. I'm gonna put all the characters into a tournament bracket. They'll duke it out, and then after that, uh, yeah, after they duke it out, then what's, there's gonna be like a it's like a mini tournament there. So after the final duelists duke it out, they're gonna have a chance to go up against Yudai Moto, the son of Yugi Moto, but the king of games. So, anything else happening? Right. So as you may or may not have known, the collaboration with Be Awesome King is actually going to be like a Battle City tournament, and there's actually going to be custom made dual discs that's in the works as well, and it's gonna be amazing. Trust me. So another thing that's happening for my real life series is that there's gonna be a new type of card that is inspired by another YouTuber, and I can't wait to show you it. It's gonna be awesome. and, and trust me, there are a lot of videos, like a lot of series, where the episodes, uh, some clips for the episodes are gonna be funny because the the scripts that I made sure to include a lot of like funny content, but I hope you enjoy those. But anyway, anything else I need to say? So I think that is all that I think that's all that I wanted to touch base on. But I'm not gonna end it. I'm not gonna end it here. So if you guys have any questions if about the real life series, then like not just Rise of the Planets, but also uh, any of the questions about like any upcoming series that I'm gonna do, just make sure to type in the chat, and then we can definitely I can definitely try to answer them. But in the meantime, I'm actually just gonna give you a little backstory as to how I created thank you very much, Miss Berry. I appreciate that. So, eh, yeah, I really do enjoy uh, being a Yu-Gi-Oh content creator because that way I can share my passions with the world, and and the best part, I'm getting a lot of love from it, which I didn't think I could, but here we are, you know. But anyway, oh, you did, eh? Okay, well, I that's okay. It, you, if you have any if you have any questions, then you could just write put down below. Now, as for as for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets, so season 1 is done, but there is actually going to be season 2 in the works. I also created the 150 subscriber special episode, but as I already told you guys early on, there's going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets movie. All right. So now let me tell you about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets came to be. So, so a few years ago, I actually was taking a look. Uh, oh, okay. So we have a question here. So, what software do you use, especially for editing? Well, the main software that I use for editing mainly is this program called VN. Uh, it like Vlog Now, I think. Yeah, and it's like it's a free editing tool that I use to upload clips, add like animations and all that. But as for like recording and all that, what he uses is that there I have my phone uh, that's attached to a tripod, and what's holding up for what the tripod is being held up on is actually just a little stand, actually, like a music stand. That's how I record my videos here. So anyway, any other questions? Uh, if not, then I'll just tell you my backstory of how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets came to be. So, a few years ago, I was taking a look at all these like different uh, real life series. Oh, you never heard of it? Okay, well, I could. What I could do is that okay. What I could do right now is that I could just give you I could just type in like what it is. Oh yeah, actually, uh, yeah, I'm gonna type the two. So, and here's another question. Do I prefer the acting and filming more or the editing? Considering that's really different from creator to creator. Yeah, that is actually a really good question, Barry. That's a very good question. Well, so I prefer. Uh, I actually don't really have a preference because I like both editing and recording. But if if I really were to give a preference, then I would say it's the recording process and like the acting process because that way uh, that actually makes the editing more fun because when I record, I put all of my passion into recording and just and I really focus on just when I film and act, what I do is that I try to focus mainly on what like what the character is and how the character is supposed to act, and and I just let's just do let's just give it my all no matter what. Uh, so I really appreciate your questions, very. It's awesome. But as I was saying, so for how Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets came to be, uh, a few years ago, I was actually looking at all these different real life real life series, including like uh, Yu-Gi-Oh! White Dragon Legacy, uh, and all these bunch of different stuff, including Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur by Prez Komori. That was actually my inspiration, and so what I did for that was that I wrote down I actually tried to think of like an idea of what I could do for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Real Life series. I started off with Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets because when I had taken a look at Prez Komori's Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur, they were mainly focused on the wicked gods, and the since the OG Egyptian gods, sacred beasts, and the Nordic gods, and it and even and even the wicked gods now have been used. There are actually some different cards that I realized that haven't been on display yet, and that is the legendary planets. And that's how I created it. So, yeah, I guess I can agree with you, Liam. So, yeah, so my plot for from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets is to have the the legendary planet cards dispersed everywhere, and both both the hero and the villain, like the yeah, both the protagonist and antagonist, just just yeah, all the protagonist and the antagonist actually. Yeah, it is. So the both the both protagonist and antagonist race to try and collect all the all the card all the legendary planet cards. But if if you had watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets like all 20 episodes, you would know that in in specifically one of the episodes that Armageddon, in the middle of the night, he and his minions have actually stolen the protagonist's legendary planet cards and card made custom cards for it, just like how uh, Maverick in Excalibur created a fusion card for the wicked gods. So I basically based Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets sort of off of Prez Komori's idea, but with a little bit of a twist. And like it's like my experiment, and yeah. And anyway, so then it was actually so how I came to have like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content in the works is that it, is that me and this Yu-Gi-Oh and this content creator Be Awesome King, we talked with each other a lot, and we came up with a lot of ideas, and which is actually really cool, including the Battle City tournament, which is going to be amazing. Now, very, what it could do is that since you've never heard of VN before, maybe what I could do is that I could type it down in the chat. Like, I could send you a link to it to like a to the to the website for VN and in the chat, and you can just pick it up from there. Do you think that would be a good idea? Uh, so you know. But anyway, let's see. Anything else that you want to talk about here? So, oh, it looks like that you have another video idea, uh, Liam, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Chaos Parts 1, 2, or 3 of World of Chaos. Uh, I mean, yeah, I think that could work, and I'm just gonna have to see. Uh, I'm gonna have to see though, like what's gonna happen in that, and like what's the main like plot for that. So maybe Liam, maybe what you could do is that you could do that. Yeah, rather than that, and yeah, you're looking forward to it. It's always great. It's always great to have someone to film with, better than all alone. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Like, even though I've been doing this all on my own, even though I've been doing this mainly all on my own so far, I I'm actually getting introduced to more creators. Oh, oh, you already Googled it? Never mind, never mind. But anyway, uh, another another editing tool that I like to use sometimes. Actually, I got introduced to it during one of my college classes. Oh, uh, hey, hey David, I, I'm I'm doing. Hey David Little, I'm doing really well. How about you? Uh, uh and now Barry, just wanted to uh, just wanted to tell you that another like editing tool that I sometimes like to use. I got introduced to this a couple years ago. It's called DaVinci Resolve. It's like a very it's supposed to be like a very powerful editing tool, and I did try it once, and it was great actually. Uh, so you know the video I uploaded where it was Naruto versus Seto Kaiba that I did with Be Awesome King. That was actually used on DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, I know. It, DaVinci is awesome. I know. But okay, so question from Liam. What if you made that special episode, World of Chaos, Rise of Planets special episode? Uh, well, I could, I could maybe do that, but um, that would actually have to be. I'm actually going to do that. Uh, when I meet a certain requirement, and I think it would be that if I reach like 300 subscribers or something like that. But for now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna continue working on the other Rise of the Planets episodes. It, oh, oh, you like my episodes for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets, David? Well, okay, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I, I'm glad that a lot of people are liking my series, and honestly, I'm glad I put it out there into the world, because if I didn't, eh, then I actually would have been I would have been stuck being at like 34 rather than 158. It's like getting to uh, getting to the 150 subscribers is like very special for me. I didn't think that I would be able to do it, but I just I wanted to thank you guys all so much, and I truly appreciate that. Without you guys, without you guys, it would my series wouldn't have been possible, and I love having you guys around, you know. But anyway, so I just want to ask, David, do you have any questions for me uh, as to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planet series, or maybe any of my upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Real Life series? If, if not, that's okay. But I, I really appreciate you guys being here. Uh, anyway, any other thing I want to talk about? So, for for my upcoming series, yeah, yeah, there are a lot of there's a lot of things that's happening here, and I don't know, I don't want to give away too much, but it, ooh, okay. There's another question from Barry. What characters were the most fun to play? Ooh, that was a tough one. Uh, because I actually like playing like all the characters, but if there's like if there's like a couple different characters that if there's a couple different characters that I like the most, I really like playing Armageddon, the villain, Yudai, the hero, and surprisingly, I really like doing Spencer because all I had to do was yeah, all I had to do for that was that I just had to provide like a very like high pitched voice and and like just be my and that's all there is to it. It's like it, would you like to give would you like to me to give a demonstration on what Spencer sounds like or anyway, so so David Little has a question. Oh, you're actually a duelist yourself since you were 17, all right? And I just thought I'd let you know that I've been a duelist for 29 years. Wow, that is amazing, David. That is so amazing. So I I actually have been I've been doing Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, I got my first Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was 14. So uh, and I've been doing it. I've been doing it for about like 10 years. That's amazing, isn't it? It, it but being a duelist for 29 years, that's actually amazing. That's way more commitment. But anyway, I actually have a question for you, David. Actually, just out of curiosity. So, which deck do you enjoy playing the most? Uh, and okay, this is me good. Okay, so yeah, so David, I have a question for you. The question is that uh, actually before I ask a question, I'm gonna answer yours. So, is there a way that you could become a guest of your show to compete against? Oh, I mean, I think that it actually depends on what's going on. Oh, yeah, several decks actually. Then yeah, that's good. So yeah, I know. Uh, all right, so for so for your question, David, I think it actually depends on where you live because uh, if if you live close to where I live, then we could potentially meet in person. But if you live like far away, then what we probably could do is that I could put you on a like a sort of green screen thing that we can that you and I can compete against each other. That we would just have to share like information for that. That'd be great. And now the question for you, David, is that since you have several decks, uh, which deck do you enjoy playing the most, and why? Um, uh, oh, you live in San Antonio, Texas? uh, well then, howdy there, David. But anyway, uh, in that case, then I could I could do like a green screen episode with you, but uh, but another question is that do you have access to like to a green screen? And if so, then that would be great because then you and I can just it could I could try and collaborate with you on that. Ooh, you like spellcasters and dark magicians, eh? All right. Yugi is gonna love you. Anyway, so Liam has another question. Do I want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh spin-off series with Pokemon? Honestly, that's not a bad idea. I think I might consider that. So, uh, yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh combined with Pokemon is like I I don't I don't think I've ever thought of that before, and I think I'm willing to try. But anyway, do any of you uh, have any more questions for me? I just wanted to know because uh, oh, you don't have a green screen? That that's too bad. Well, maybe what you could do is that you could try and get a green screen from like Amazon or something, and then once you do, let me know. Okay, so you vary. You play Dark Magicians, Ancient Gears, and sometimes Cyber Dragons. Okay, that's really cool. Actually, that's really cool. So okay, so then I guess what I could tell you about is that the movie that's coming up for my Rise of the Planets, one of the new characters that's going to be introduced is actually going to play an Ancient Gears deck. It's gonna be awesome. So and for Cyber Dragons, Sam Swine is definitely loving you right now because he plays Cyber Dragons too. Um, ooh. Okay, so let's do very first. So, how do I come up with ideas for the duels and how do they play out? So, I think so. What I do is that I use my imagination I and I try to actually focus on like which character would would duel well against another character. So, for example, I had uh, there's like a mini tournament arc for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets. Oh, yeah, there's a tournament arc for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets, and I had, if you remember, I had uh, Sean going up against uh, I had Sean going up against uh, Spencer, and then Taylor, uh, and then Taylor went up against someone else. I can't remember now. But anyway, oh, you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. That's cool, David. So it is also cool that you played Pokemon for a year, Liam. Now, now for you, David. So if I have a Dual Academy Dual Disc as a spare, I could really use one. Yeah. Un- Unfortunately, I don't think that I have access to a spare Dual Academy Dual Disc. Um, I, yeah, I'm really sorry, but it I think I think you're on your own for that one, and it, but I guess what you could do is that you could you could save up to getting a green screen and a dual disc so that you so that you can so that that way you and I can collaborate on a video. Now, speaking of collaborations, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have actually collaborated like twice uh, with this duelist with this content creator called uh, Dimension Warfare Productions. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not, but yeah. Oop. Uh, Those Dual Academy dual discs are expensive, unfortunately. Got none myself yet, but I'm planning on getting on 3D printing a custom shaped model. That is awesome, Barry. That is so awesome. I, I hope I hope those that 3D printed dual disc works well for you, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Uh, but anyway, um, so anything else I wanted to say about that? What do you want to talk about? Oh, you know Dimension Warfare Productions? Okay. Uh, yeah, I actually collaborated with Dimension Warfare Productions twice on both the both the I think both the prequel and the sequel of uh, of the multiverse war. Yeah, I was collaborated with Yarshi, and it was awesome actually collaborating with them. Uh, uh, so David, it's actually really cool that you get $60 a month in allowance. Uh, just keep saving up that money as long as you can, and then you'll be able to afford everything you need. Well, you also know Prince Komori too. That's awesome. I based my Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets series off of his Excalibur series. Now, for you, Very, yes, Dimension Warfare Productions they did do Virtual On, but they also did a couple movies known as the Multi-Dimensional War, and I was a part of those. Now, welcome to the chat, CCC. I don't think I've actually answered this before, but uh, uh, even though I did say that season 2 is going to be coming out, I didn't say when it was going to be coming out. So I am thinking to have my season 2 of Rise of the Planets basically next year, I think. Either i- in the summer of 2027 or 2028. Because this year, I'm actually focused on getting the Rise of the Planets movie ready, and also I'm thinking about in, I think also thinking about doing a second real life series besides Rise of the Planets, uh, and the second one that I'm gonna be working on, it, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be amazing. Now, so Very, you saw a few of their movies, but not all of it yet. Okay, well, uh, so make sure to whenever you have time to watch the multi-dimensional war films. So and then you you could see uh, you could see like Yudai and the characters that I portrayed in that. I think both the first one and the second one. So now Liam, like a season 3 or season 4. I mean, I could be up for that, yeah, but that would actually have to take a lot of time because I have to think about what the plot is, who the new characters I'm going to introduce are, and like what decks that they're going to be playing and all that. It's like it takes a lot of brain power to do that. It's not easy, trust me. Now, now David, uh, it's cool that you're thinking about saving up for a Dual Academy uniform, a Slifer Red. You want to be in the same dorm as Jane and Yuki? Go ahead. I absolutely will not stop you. But anyway, for you, Very, yes, I am working on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets movie. It's gonna be amazing. The movie that's in the works right now. Let's just say that so no spoilers, but let's just say that it has to do uh, it has to do with a different side of the story. Now, just want to ask, are there any more questions that you guys have for my real life series? Uh, if so, you can place them. You can put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. So Liam asks, "Do I want to make a universe?" I mean, sure. I could I could absolutely make a universe. So I I I guess what I could do is that I can make a Rise of the Planets universe with Rise of the Planets as the star show, and then a few different side shows as well. And yeah, but anyway, uh, do you guys have any more questions that you want me to answer? If not, that's okay. But just wanted to tell you guys that I really love engaging with you guys because it you guys make me feel that I really want to do this and all that. So yeah. So you're also going to try and register for a Slifer Dual Academy student ID card. Oh, good for you, David. Good for you. Um. All right. So CCC, your question is, uh, any plans to collab with the Dimension Warfare again? Uh, well, I think that's gonna be up to him because because it would be posted on his channel, not mine. So you're gonna have to ask him as well, because I personally love to uh, I actually I even though I enjoyed collabing with Dimension Warfare personally, I'm not sure I'm not sure if Dimension Warfare uh, it feels the same way. Like it's up to him. So anyway, uh, now Liam, I already did say this, but yeah, I am actually gonna create my own little like Yu-Gi-Oh universe. Like the uh, the Rise of the Planets is gonna be the star of the universe, but it, but I'm gonna have some different sideshows that's in the works that's gonna be a part of those. Now, uh, now very that's your question. So, Pokemon was already mentioned, but have you considered other fan shows besides Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I mean, uh, well, Yu-Gi-Oh is my main passion, but I think earlier today, uh, Team Liam 2714 suggested that I do a little a little collaboration between Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I think I might pursue that too. Now, another question you have, David, is I was gonna ask, when do you want me to arrive on video chat and what time of day? So I wasn't I wasn't actually thinking of actually doing a I wasn't actually thinking of doing like a, a video chat with you. But I was actually thinking more a, a of you sending your clips with the green screen to me, and so that way I can edit it through through my editor, my video editor, and then that way it would be it would be good according to like both of our visions, you know? Okay. So, um, although I actually just wanted to talk to just wanted to talk to you CCC about Dimension Warfare. So, I noticed that he had posted a couple videos reacting to to the multi-dimensional war films, and he even talked about like the collaboration with me and what happened between us. So yeah, uh, yeah. So I again, I personally uh, enjoyed collaborating with him, but I'm not sure about him, like whether he did that or not, whether he enjoyed it a lot or not. But you know, there is actually this one video where that he posted that I saw just the other day. It was actually I know it was supposed to be actually for April Fools, but he posted it on April Fool's Day, April 1st. But there's I think he did post like a trailer video one for one of his series. Not not sure what it was on, but yeah. Uh, it, but when I saw that video, when I reacted to it, I I actually noticed that I was gonna be a part of it, but knowing that it was April Fool's, like, oh man, it's too bad that he's not gonna do it for real. But um, there are a lot of complications going on. But anyway, so any other questions that you guys have for me? Uh, whether you're like curious or not. So while you guys are asking your questions, what I could do. Uh, So I'm actually also. Oh, is there a collab I'd love to do if the chance would ever come? That is a very good question, Very. That's a very good question. So the honestly, there are a lot of people. There are actually a, a lot of duelists like YouTubers that I would love to collaborate with. But if there is one specific duelist that I want to collab with, it it would it would have actually have to be one of my favorite duelists, like one of my favorite YouTubers. There is actually I'm gonna do a little thing. So drum roll, please. The the duelist that I would love to collaborate with is Doosan Cookie Wolf, or AKA formerly known as Dookie Darkwolf. So I would love to collaborate with Dookie, and like his universe, like the Dragonverse productions, like it's amazing. Like I I I actually also got some like character inspirations from him, and I would actually love to be on that. Would I would love to be with with Dookie. Um so David said I would like to join the collaboration on live video on all of our spare time. Honestly, yeah. Okay. I think that's definitely a nice thought, David. That's definitely a nice thought. Um, and yes, he did work with quite a few people. So he worked with the okay. Let's see who do you work with? Dookie worked with uh. Ooh, I can't remember their names now, but uh, I think a couple of them are subscribed to me, so that's cool. Um, yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, the yeah, I think having the collab with Dookie is gonna be awesome, and I love his passion that he puts into videos, and and you know what? The reason I am doing this in the first place is that uh, I actually saw quite a few YouTubers do Q&A videos, and I figured if they could do it, so could I. So uh, after seeing Dookie's Q&A videos uh, uh, a couple months back, I decided to do one on my own. So David, your favorite duelists are Sly Hito and Thomas Ekman. Yeah, I love those duelists as well. Like it, yeah, those duelists are amazing, and especially. Did you know that you probably knew this, but there's actually a video that had both Sly and Thomas collab with each other, and Sly actually had his like his custom hero deck. I'm not sure which hero archetype it was, but it was actually a really cool video to see. Uh, Now let's see what else. Let's see what else I can share with you, with you guys. So I also just wanted to let you know that I am not just into Yu-Gi-Oh. I am also into hockey as well. And so I think that I might do like on a separate channel. Wait, you already seen the video, David? That's awesome. Yeah, I watched it too a couple years ago. That was great. But anyway, so I'm actually thinking of doing like a little podcast, but instead of a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, since there's already one out there. I could do like my version of a hockey podcast on from my favorite hockey team, and it's gonna be it's gonna be cool actually. So now, David, question for you: since you had already seen the collaboration video between Thomas and Sly, what the uh, so how did you like it? Like what'd you think of it? Okay. So Liam says, do you say Rise of Planets or City Shows if you want a Mediaverse War episode or movie? Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Liam, but I think what I'm I think what I think you're talking about is that City Shows. Uh, I think I think you're just I think you're just a little confused because we were talking about like both Rise of the Planets and collaborating with the Dimension Warfare Productions, and yeah, I am so glad you thought it was awesome, David. I enjoyed the video as well when I watched it. It like both duelists duking it out. It was like a test of time. But do you do you know like what's even better? Like what's an even better collab than than with than with Thomas and Sly? Well, in my personal opinion. Uh, if I could significant. Okay, so Very has a question saying if I could if I could significantly improve or add one thing about my video productions, what would it be? Uh, I actually have a couple things that I could do to improve my videos and make it even better. So one thing I could do is that I could even though I like recording outside during the summertime, in order to be consistent, I think I would need to also do a do a green screen, but for green screens, I need to get better at I need to improve on my green screen techniques and all that. And the second thing I could do to improve is that uh, I could also I could actually add like attack animations to my duel videos, and not just sound effects but visual effects as well. Like I think that would be even better. That would be even better. So David said, um, but I do have the spell card known as the Seal of Orichalcos. Woo! You have the Seal of Orichalcos? Okay. Uh, make sure to not use it on anyone, okay? Because you don't want to steal anyone's soul. But anyway, so the question for you, David, is that I'm I'm glad you think that the collab between Thomas and Sly is awesome, but do you know what is even better than the collaboration between Sly and Thomas? Uh, well, while you're answering that question, uh, another thing I could talk about with you guys is that even though I'm mainly doing Yu-Gi-Oh right now, that oh yeah, it you would never use the seal of Orichalcos? Good. Good, good, good. Don't take anyone's soul. Got it? Uh, but anyway, even though my channel is mainly on Yu-Gi-Oh and specifically on the Rise of the Planets, even though there's like more series in the works, I think I'm actually thinking of trying new things and doing something like outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, uh, doing something like Pokemon, Magic, or or some other like card games or something like that. And you're definitely right, Barry. Green screens are tricky, especially the correct lighting. Yeah, animations animations really is awesome. Definitely possible with DaVinci with good practice. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Barry. Now, so I'm actually just gonna tell you. So David, the what's better than the collaboration between Sly and Thomas is the the collab between Thomas and Prez. Like that return of the legend episodes between Thomas and Prez, those were awesome. Now, yeah, in this summer I'm gonna be yeah, I'm actually gonna be focusing more on doing more like animations and making sure to do that. So not sure, David. Now Liam says, "Do you want to team up with Pokemon?" Uh, yeah, maybe. I think that would be good. That would be good. Uh, so so then, David, actually, just wanna just wanna ask you, what do you think of the videos? What do you think of the collab between Thomas and Prez? Uh, aren't they just legendary? Because to me they are. Now, I'm actually also thinking of doing like, besides a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, I could do like a sports channel as well. Uh, so hockey being my main one, and I could also do like golf, soccer, and also basketball as well. Uh, it, those because those would be awesome. And I believe I'm pretty good at it. Pretty good. Now let's actually go back. Let's actually go back to Yu-Gi-Oh for a sec. So, do you guys have any more questions regarding any any more questions regarding the Rise of the Planet series, or just upcoming uh, any upcoming uh, real life series that I'm doing? Uh, so I I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually not just on YouTube as well. I also stream on Twitch once a week. I so I streamed yesterday, uh, like about this time. But I normally stream like during the weekend, once a week, uh, and I do that. Oh, you're running out of questions, Barry. That's okay. Well, you you don't have to ask any questions if you don't want. We could just chat about some other things. And so, for example, uh, so very besides Yu-Gi-Oh, what other like games and stuff are you also into? Because you and I may have the you and I may have the same like interests and all that. You never know, but and if there's like one thing that you like doing, if there's one thing that you like doing, uh, that I haven't tried yet, that I may have to try actually. So there is okay, okay, interesting. So as I was saying, yeah. So Barry, if you have a if you have something that you want to share with me, like whether if it's a question or not, feel free to put it in the chat, and we can we can discuss it. Because for me, it's not really just a Q&A video. It's also it's like a chance to to bond with my subscribers and all that. Okay, so you play too much. Some Nintendo franchises like Pokemon, Zelda, Metroid, some of the games like Monster Hunter, uh, Doom, and Time Splitters. Okay, those games, those games actually seem awesome. The only the only Pokemon game that I played that I that I played so far, actually, I have Pokemon TCG, and I also have Pokemon Go on my phone as well. So with Zelda and Metroid, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever played those before. Um, Now as for Monster Hunter, Doom, and Time Splitters, never heard of those before, but I think I could give it a shot actually. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Fairy, but there's this one game that I like to play a lot. I don't stream it obviously, but there's one game I like to play called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Have you ever heard of that? If not, you should check it out because it's got a ton of of Nintendo characters, and you could you could duke it out using one of those characters. So let's see, anything else I want to share? Yes. So now I don't stream this, but there is another game. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh game that I like to play sometimes. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Uh, Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. It I actually have gotten pretty far in that, and I'm just doing that. Smash Bros. Yeah, it. I love Smash Bros. I play it almost all the time with my family, my family and friends, and I'm even watching like Smash Tubers play them as well. Now, now Liam, from Yu-Gi-Oh, what kind of movie or site shows? What? Okay. What? Okay. Never mind. What do you mean by that, Liam? Anyway, so you haven't played Ultimate, but you did play Smash Bros. On N64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. Okay. Well, I did play Smash Ultimate. I do play Smash Ultimate on my Nintendo Switch, but I also do have a Nintendo Wii, and so one of the games that I have for my Nintendo Wii is, you guessed it, my is Super Smash Brothers Brawl. That was actually one of the very first, uh, one of the very first like teen rated Wii games that I played before. So now, question for you: have you ever played like Mario Kart or Mario Party? Because I have a few times, and because they are awesome too. So now, another question I have for you, Barry, is that for Smash Bros, which which character is your main, and why do you like that character so much? But in the meantime, uh, is there another story I can tell you about? Um, I think I think there sort of is. So for the Smash Bros. Sorry, no, not for Smash Bros. For Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of Planets, the 150 subscriber episode there. Um, actually, before we get to that, I played Mario Kart on SNES, N64, GameCube, and a bit on the Wii. I played Mario Party 1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay, that's really cool. Um, Now, I was talking about the main character for Super Smash Bros. Like in general. Now, the only gaming consoles I have are the Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Switch, so I only have for Mario Kart Wii, and me and my I have a okay. I have a younger sister, and when me and my younger sister were kids, we used to play it all the time, and I really enjoyed those. Um, and and you know what, Liam? Sure, we could definitely team up, and we could definitely team up in one of my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. But speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, there's actually just one thing I want to tell you guys about. So for the 150 subscriber special episode, uh, like how it came to be, as you probably might have known, that like throughout the whole process of having uh, episode 1 all the way through episode 20, I I noticed that like Yudai and Sam, the two best friends and the two best friend protagonists in the in the series, they didn't really get to duke it out properly, so that's how I came to that conclusion. Anyway, and then for Smash Bros, you love playing Mario and Falco. Okay, that's actually really cool. So the character that so I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a sword character main. So I like to play characters such as Shulk, Chrom, Link, Who else? Basically, like Roy, and basically any character with a sword, because I love swords. It, it, I even have a collection of swords like right beside me. Um now speaking of swords, actually, this is not related to Yu-Gi-Oh at all, but have you? I don't know if you've seen this, but have you guys seen like my sword fighting lesson videos? Cause I did those a few years ago, and I think those were good. Now, as for you, Liam, sure, we could team up in a video, like even if it's like Yu-Gi-Oh or Smash Bros or something like that. We could do that. I, I don't mind. I don't mind. So, anything else that I want to talk about? Okay. So, okay, so okay, so as for you, David, I typed in Yugo instead of Udai. Yeah, well, uh, that's actually just my channel name, and but for the actual character itself, I realized that there is actually a character in the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise named Yugo. I tried to base it off of him, but I was actually I was actually getting a I was actually a little bit scared of getting copyrighted, so that's why I took the name Udai instead of Yugo, because it used to be Yugo Moto. And there was actually one episode in the series that one of the characters, probably Sam, um, has yeah, one of the characters, probably Sam, uh, would actually have said you go," but but that doesn't really make any sense if it's you die. Like you die is like, it's not as funny. But anyway, so for David, you have Destiny Heroes and Crystal Beasts, and you have a Photon Dragon deck. Awesome. Uh, that's actually that's actually really cool to hear, David. Now, yeah, fighting games with swords definitely for me. Now, Soul Calibur, Guilty Gear, and Blaze Blue. Okay, I think I might get those games and just try and get it actually. Let's see. Is there another game that I like to play with? I don't know. Uh, so now, David, which of those decks that you mentioned to me, like Crystal Beast, Destiny Heroes, Photon Dragon, uh, and all that? Oh, you're welcome, David. By the way, which of those decks that you mentioned in chat, which of those is your favorite? Which which one of those is your favorite? Oh, and by the way, the spelling of my name Udai, it's actually spelled Udai and I. So there's an A in between the D and I. So it's not UD, it's Udai. You get it? Yeah. So I know you mentioned some decks to me, David, but which one of those is your favorite? I'm just curious. Yeah, but other than that, was they gonna say anything else? Wow, we're almost into like an hour and a half of the video already. That's crazy. Uh, I didn't think that would get this far, but who knows? Oh, so you like Dark Magicians the best? Okay, that's actually really cool that you like them. But then, why is the Dark Magician deck? Uh, why do you feel like the Dark Magician deck is the right fit for you? Like, why is it your favorite? Yeah, I just want to know. Like, yeah. So let me actually tell you something about myself here. So the reason why I wanted to do Yugo is uh, in the first place before doing Yudai is that it's because that when I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, I noticed that the character Yugo for the Synchro Dimension, he played the Speedroid deck. And when I tried Speedroids for the first time, I fell in love with it. Now, now there is actually a video that I posted like months ago, but it was actually like a Speedroid combo. I'm actually really good with Speedroids. So uh, if you have, yeah, you probably might have seen that. So it is the 100 subscriber special Speedroid combo, and I showed you through I showed you guys through Dual Nexus, like how to perform the one turn Speedroid combo that lands into Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Okay. Yeah, you're so right, Barry. Speedroids are definitely crazy. Um, so uh, so you also have the Egyptian God cards, David? That's awesome. Hey, I'm glad that you have that. Hey, nice job. Now, Liam's question is that uh, even though that Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets has Armageddon, where is Armageddon's like who and where is Armageddon's father? Um, well, so that's actually a bit of a tricky one actually because uh I don't think I've ever thought of Armageddon having a father at all. But what I do know is that Armageddon, he's not from the mortal realm. He's from like the shadow realm and from the depths of hell. So I would like to say that his father is none other than the devil himself. Now, because the spirit of the cards are somehow connected. Yeah, I def I could definitely agree with you, David. For for the spirit of the Egyptian gods. You wanna know what I did once? So what I did once was that there was actually something that needed to be that needed to be dealt with, and and what I chose to do was that I did pray for help, but I didn't pray to just anyone. I prayed to the Egyptian gods because I have them too, but I actually did treat them like they're actually like royal figures. I know. Now, anything else I want to say? Oh yeah, right. So I the reason why I really like Speedroids is because that I actually like how fast paced they are, and especially Crystal Wing, like especially like Critter Wing Synchro Dragon and his variants. The the effect to negate monster effects, that is just crazy to me. And so for example, it's like if you're saying like if you wanted to, if I have a okay, I bring the Shadow King season 2. Yeah, there's actually gonna be like a new villain that's gonna be introduced in season 2. And and trust me, he's way worse than Armageddon. Now, anything else? Right. So for Speedroids, yeah, I love how fast paced they are and all that. So not just that, the Dark Magician deck that resonates with my heart and soul. Yes, yes. Then what I truly believe, David, is that your Yu-Gi-Oh character is Yugi Moto, the king of games. And I bet that you truly do believe in the heart of the cards. So do I. And you're right, Barry. The Egyptian gods are also iconic as well. But uh, I wanted to introduce the the legendary planets because I thought that they are only in the GX manga, and I wanted to give them a chance in the spotlight. I didn't want them to be underdogs anymore. I wanted them to be like a part of the spotlight. Now, okay, yeah, I was talking about Speed Wars now. So, okay, so for you honestly do believe in the heart of the cards? Okay. That's amazing, David. That is amazing. I'm proud of you. And I think that both Yugi and Yudai will be too. Um, Now for speedroids, uh, yeah, going back to my conversation on speedroids, uh, yeah, aka Atem Okonagan. Yeah, yes, I agree. I agree with that. Um, so speaking of iconic, in the very first episode of like the OG Yu-Gi-Oh series, when Yugi battled Kaiba for the first time, and also you're welcome. Uh, when Yugi battled Kaiba for the first time, you know what was really iconic that just that just gets to me. So what it is that the moment when Yugi assembles all 5 pieces of Exodia and goes, Exodia, obliterate! It, yeah, never read that manga, only the original one. Yeah, that. Okay, I kind of agree actually. I kind of agree. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know actually there is a GX manga that actually not just does Sacred Beasts, but also has legendary planets. Uh, but you thought the planets is such an underutilized theme? Yeah, I agree. That that's why I put it that's why I put it out in the spotlight so that it could gain like attraction and attention and all that, and, and so that people can be heard of that and like what their effects do and yeah. Mm. And and as for Ulium, yeah, sure. I could definitely bring in the Egyptian theme for the season 3 villain. It's gonna be cool. So right back to Speedroids. And it's like one of my personally favorite monsters because it can negate monster effects, and it's like if someone tries to like activate a monster effect like either in the hand, uh, like actually yeah, either in the hand or graveyard, it Chris, Clitterwing Synchro Dragon could just say, nope, not letting you do that, buddy. So you don't have the original Exodia like you used to? Wait, what? Someone jacked them from you while you were in the restroom? Uh, I, oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, bud. I, I, I hope that you find whoever did it and you can make them pay. Cause now, as for that, yes. Yeah, I just want to let you know how much I really like speed rides and how excited I get each time that there's a there's like new speedroid support that comes out. So what I'm actually planning to do is to actually like assemble a a personally constructed speedroid deck from like specific like packs, including like the Yugo pack because I know that Yugo has a lot of speedroid cards in his pack as well. So that is why that it, I'm doing that first, and then I'm researching what other speedroid cards I need and what packs they come with. They come in, and and so that yeah. So you're not very vengeful. Yeah, you know what? I agree. I agree. Uh, I'm actually glad to hear that you are more forgiving than vengeful, because being vengeful, it 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 never goes well. Never goes well. And you know who's a great example of that? Armageddon. You see how he lost eventually in the end when when he tried to get revenge for Yudai. Anyway, really unfortunate how some most significant manga are officially Japanese only, like Yu-Gi-Oh! R and Transcend game that leads to the Dark Side of Dimensions movie. Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree with that because I've actually seen that. So I've actually seen I've actually seen Dark Side of Dimensions when it was in theaters, and I got a gold printed Obelisk the Tormentor promo card as like an invitation for that. So now who I was talking about, David, is the villain for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets Armageddon. So who Armageddon is that he is a he's the villain for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planet series, trying to get revenge by collecting all the legendary planets. And even though that I know, very right. So, but even though that Armageddon collected all the cards and created like a custom card and all that, he still lost in the end. Uh, uh, you've only seen Rise of the Planets on YouTube, yeah. Uh, yeah, I only posted it on YouTube. I haven't really posted it on anything else. So it so yeah, for Armageddon. Actually, while we're talking about this, actually, you know what? I have a question for all of you. Okay, so for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets movie that's coming up, do you want me to give you a little bit of spoilers for it? And it's okay if you don't want me to, because I could definitely, keep it under that. But yeah, I definitely agree, Barry. The Dark Side of Dimensions movie is the best one there is. Like, I even seen like on DVD the Pyramid of Light. Uh, yeah, yeah. So I've seen the Pyramid of Light movie, and you're right. The Dark Side of Dimension is just too good. And like one of my favorite like you don't need spoilers. Keep it for a great reveal. Yeah, uh, you got it, Barry. I will not spoil anything. I will not spoil anything. You're just gonna have to wait for the trailer, which is coming up pretty soon, actually. Just I'm in the works of editing it. So yeah, so one of my favorite cards for actually two of my favorite cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions. The two new cards are Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Deep Eyes White Dragon. And I also like uh, okay. I also like the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon too. It's like he's one powerful beast. Now, let's just have a Yu-Gi Dark Side Dimensions, and if you want, yeah. So I actually like the whole plot for Dark Side Dimensions and like how the duels turned out and all that. And I think one time I even managed to like in my imagination, I managed to like recreate the trailer duel for the Dark Side of Dimensions between Yugi and Kaiba. Yeah. I mean, I think yeah, both Dark Side Dimensions and Pyramid of Light are cool, but I I actually think I like Dark Side Dimensions better because the fact of the Pyramid of Light is like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Sphinx cards are pretty cool, but the whole like Pyramid of Light stuff, it's like it's too dark for me. Actually, it's like it's actually well, I don't really mean dark, but I just mean that I don't think I'll like having a Sphinx deck because of that movie. Now, Liam says if you bring Dark Side Dimensions, World War movies, or Sideshow Armageddon will defeat movie show. I kind of agree with that actually. Uh, yes, you're right, Barry. Blue Eyes alternative white dragon was a nice addition too. But in real life, Blue Eyes alternative white dragon, he he's such a nuisance to deal with when playing when playing against the Blue Eyes deck. So you have a Neo Blue Eyes, and you also have Neo Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. One secret rare, one common. Man, wow, that's cool. That is awesome. So I actually managed to open up a few Dark Side of Dimensions packs, but unfortunately I couldn't pull any Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon. I did manage to get though uh Blue Eyes. Uh, I did manage to get. I didn't manage. Okay, I didn't manage to get. I did not manage to get the. What's it called? The Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon and Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. It's, oh, it's banned. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But anyway, um, for okay, I think for the Blue Eyes cards that I got Deep Eyes White Dragon, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and a couple other Kaiba cards. Um, I also got a couple. I also got a couple like Yugi cards too. Like for example, Marsh Macaron. Only 2 copies though. Uh, the Blue Eyes alternative. Okay. The Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon there in the movie, but not in the movie. But it's funny. How's there's a Blue Eyes alternative Ultimate Dragon made by Kazuki Takahashi, but not many talk about it. Oh yeah. I've definitely heard about the Blue Eyes alternative Ultimate Dragon, but I know that it has some sort of like weird effect to like pop three cards when using 3 Blue Eyes alternative White Dragons as the fusion materials. It's like that's crazy. That's definitely very crazy. Underrated. Now, I actually have a Blue Eyes deck that uh, I actually have a Blue Eyes deck that I could show you guys if you want, like all the cards that I have. Uh, oh, you need to get the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Yeah, I mean, if you want, then yeah. But I have a Blue Eyes. I have a Blue Eyes deck that I have that's mixed. The I have a Blue Eyes deck there. I have a mixed Blue Eyes deck that with the new some new Blue Eyes cards from the Dark Side Dimensions movie, and from the Legendary Dex 2 uh, cards as well. So a, a Blue Eyes Max in common sounds cursed. It needs to be secret or ultra rare. Yeah, I agree. Cause if it's not ultra rare or if it's not ultra rare like secret rare, it it's no good. But actually, I gotta tell you guys, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I have a Royal Rare Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. That's it. It that is awesome, isn't it? And now, anyway, for you, Liam, if you bring Armageddon, the movie backstory from here into a movie or sideshows, yeah, kind of great. And meet you on my Facebook. Actually, you know what? Yeah. So David, uh, what is okay? What is your Facebook username so that I could look you up and add you as a friend, uh, and then you can add me back too, so that we can text and all that, and it'll be great for a collab for that one day. Anyway, so as I was trying to ask, the I have a Blue Eyes deck that has like a mixed cards for from the Dark Side Dimensions and the Legendary decks too, like those cards. Do you want me to show you that deck because I actually have it. I actually do have it. It I actually do have it here. So if you want me to show you it, I definitely can. So besides that, anything else that you guys want to talk about? Uh, yeah, it sounds cool. Does sound cool. Oh, I just gotta let you know that the Blue Eyes deck that I have, I've actually I'm actually very proud of it, and I actually like playing with it, and so I actually do like physical duels with myself because no one else in my family wants to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh with me. I don't because this it sounds too complicated for them. But so when I play with myself for that, I actually try and do voices as well, so I actually really like voice actors and voice acting in general. So I could even I can even do some Yu-Gi-Oh impressions if you want me to, and it, it, just if you want me to if you want me to do that for you, just let me know and I'll be do that. I'll do that. Oh, you'll do me? Okay, cool. So David, question: what is your Facebook username so that we can follow each other? Yeah, you can definitely do me. Oh, and thanks, David. I really appreciate that. I, it's cool to have people to that actually want to do that's want to do with me. That's one good way to figure out good duels and voices. Yeah, I agree, very. I agree because I like doing voice impressions and my my one of my career goals is to become a voice actor, like for anime and all that. But so far, I think what I need to do first is that I have found like a list of like voice acting classes that I could get into. Like all I need to do is that I need I need to just sign up for one of them and I just need to sign up for them and just pursue that. It just need to get the initiative though. But I will. So actually, before we get the Blue Eyes deck, do you guys want me to do some Yu-Gi-Oh impressions for you? Because I would love to do it for you. Hey, so when you have spare time, I just put in my phone number. It's Spider Geek 1980, but I just put David Little. Okay. So let me actually just then. I'm just going to my Facebook right now. Um, hopefully this is the right one. Sure, almost is. All right. So I am on Facebook right now. Yeah, I'm on Facebook right now, and now I'm just gonna look you up, David. Sorry about that. Yeah. Woo. All right. I'm gonna look you up, David. Actually. So. Uh. Boom and. Yeah, I'm just gonna look you up. So David, not Lee, no. Okay. Uh. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. That is weird. I can't seem to find you, David. So maybe. Uh, okay. Oh, you're going live? Okay, interesting. Oh wait, hold on. So, David, uh, actually, just one thing. Actually, just one thing. Uh, I actually can't really seem to find you on Facebook. So, wearing sunshades. Okay. I mean that's a pretty good hint, but do you think that you could send me the link to your profile so that I can immediately so that I can immediately access you. Uh, in the meantime, I'll just try and see the sunshades here. Uh, it's not you. There's a lot of things. Okay, we go. David Little, uh, Texas. Actually, you know what? I think what would be good is that if you if you could actually if you could actually just send me the the link to your profile, the link to your Facebook profile, uh, I'll be sure to follow you and all that. Uh, Now, very good question, Liam. Very good question. If the Blue Eyes is a villain or a hero, so I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys this. So for season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets, I'm actually I'm actually in the middle of just creating a rival character for Yudai. Now, I'm not going to tell you who it is, nor which deck he plays, but a rival is in the works for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise of the Planets. So, and like I always say, just stay tuned for that. Hmm. Yeah, all right. So back to what I was asking for. Back to what I was asking for here. So, uh, Blue Eyes there. Actually, yeah. Do you guys want me to do voice impressions of Yu-Gi-Oh characters? Oh, actually, I have a great idea. I have a great idea. So, um, I'm gonna go here. Okay. I used my phone number as an email on Facebook. Okay, that's a okay. I guess we could do that. We could do that. Oh, actually, yeah, still, yeah, still can't find you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of David Littles, but anyway, just wanna check to see here. All right, so I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do a poll here. So, Okay. So I just gave you guys a poll for yeah. I just gave you guys a poll here. Uh, so my question to you guys that I have here is, do you want me to do the voice impressions for Yu-Gi-Oh characters? Okay. So okay. It thank you, David. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do Gold Spider 44. Spider 44. All right. So since you guys want me to do voice impressions for my Yu-Gi-Oh characters, I definitely will. So the poll is gonna end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. The poll has ended. So, uh, I'm gonna look you up a little later, David. But for now, I am gonna do the voice impressions. Here we go. So the first one I'm gonna do is is actually Yugimoto, aka Atem. Always believe in the heart of the cards. Kaiba, you will never win through hatred. All right, that that was Yugi and Atem. So the second one that I could do is actually Kaiba. It's actually Seto Kaiba. So listen to this. Listen to this. Mokuba, what do I always tell you? If at first you don't succeed, blossom with your blue eyes again! Yeah, I love my voice impressions. So the third one that I could do, actually, I actually really like doing this, but it it's Joey Wheeler. So here is Joey Wheeler. I summoned Red Eye's Black Dragon! Now go, Red Eyes! Attack! Inferno Fire Blast! Oh yeah! Yeah, I like doing that. It's amazing. So, what other characters? What other characters do I also like doing? Um, I like doing Bakura. Hello, Yugi. Meet my new Dark Necrofair. Now, actually, question for you guys. Have you ever seen... Yeah, I know. Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged? Uh, so, before we get to that, though, what other characters do I like doing? Um, I could do Bakura. I could do Jack Atlas. So here is Jack. you, you say. You, okay. You say. There. Meet my new Red Dragon Archfiend. Now go, molten crimson flare! Now, yeah, I like the original show a lot too, but so for Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, it is okay. For Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, actually, it is a spin-off series from the original show, but it was actually with like some voice actors and all that, and funny content too. So, for example, we have uh, actually no wait so the abridged series was created by someone named Little Karibo. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's I think he's British, and he's actually pretty good. Actually, he's pretty good. Let's see. Any other character I could do? Um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do Jack Atlas again. So just to make sure. You need to go a lot faster if you want to beat me. You say. Your Stardust Dragon cannot stand a chance against my Red Dragon Archfiend. Yeah, I like Jack too. Anything else that I could do? Sort of, maybe. I actually also like doing uh Zane Truesdale. So let me see what I got for Zane. Oh, you like Jack too? That's cool. Let's see what I got for Zane Truesdale. Zane Truesdale is Rise, Cyber Dragon. I activate Overload Fusion. Now come forth, my ultimate beast, Cyber End Dragon. Not sure what you mean, Liam. But anyway, one other character that I like doing is Jesse Anderson from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So we have the one and only. When all seven crystal beasts gather, the great Latin history resurrects. Come forth, Rainbow Dragon. I summon Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. Whirl up a storm with Sapphire Tornado. Okay, so alright, that was really good. So not super familiar with 5 days. Only watched Up Somewhere of GX back in the day. Gotta catch up officially. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what Jack's voice sounds like. It's by the voice actor Ted Lewis, who, as you know, is sort of British too. So anyway, blah blah blah. As for you, David, live chat. Please send me your email address. Yeah. So, David, there's actually a bit of a situation here. So, I unfortunately am not able to find you on Facebook. So, maybe would you be able to actually just send me your the link to your profile so that I can add you as a friend? If if so, that would be great. Thanks. Uh, but so Barry, there's actually something that I want to tell you about here. So I've seen only a couple seasons of GX. I'm just starting Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I've seen all of Zexal. I've seen all of Arc 5, but I have yet to see Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I mean, I, I've heard of them before, but I don't think I've ever really played like Rush duels before. Well, except for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, if you know what I mean. Um, so wait a minute. Let me just check something. So, um, okay. If I go here, Control C, to go back to YouTube. Okay. So you only have shorts. Hmm. Okay, so David, on I'm actually on your channel right now, on your YouTube channel, and just trying to take a look to see what I. Yeah, I don't think I can find you on Facebook, so I, hmm. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to find that eventually. So not uh, Zexal seem not so tempting to me, except for Xyz summoning that I find cooler than Synchro. Yeah, um, well, for me personally, I find Synchro summoning better than Xyz summoning because uh, well, it's because that I like the concept of having like tuner monsters and adding up levels. That's just easy math for me. At first, the ranks for the Xyz monsters sort of threw me off, so that's why I lean towards more of synchro summoning rather than Xyz summoning. But yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Another character that I could do is actually Yuma from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. But the thing is that Yuma has such a high voice, sort of like Spencer from Rise of the Planets, and it. So here is my impression of Yuma Tsukumo. So I'm going to high five the sky. Rise on up, number 39, Utopia. So now Liam, what GX is the best song by the movie? Actually, Liam, actually, there is no there's actually no movie actually for GX, but speaking of movies actually, oh yeah, thank you very, I appreciate that. So, what GX is the best one? Now, the only like GX movie that I could find really is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time movie. That was actually wasn't bad. It actually was pretty good. And it's like with the Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei. Yeah, that's what it was. That was exactly what I was getting to, Barry. So the Boss Beyond Time movie, which I thought wasn't bad, which I think isn't bad, but uh, it it's still a good collaboration between Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei. Like all like three characters in three different time zones. Hmm. Maybe a bit short, but it was better than Pyramid of Light. So so let me get this straight, Barry. So the the ranking for the movies you have, yeah, the ranking for the movies that you have is number 3 is Pyramid of Light, number 2 is Bonds Beyond Time, and number 1 is Dark Side of Dimensions. Is that where is that where you're trying to get at? If so, then I completely agree with your list. And I believe it's considered anime canon. Well, Dark Side of Dimensions is manga canon. Oh, you think so? Okay. Well, I do have a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh mangas, but like only the original ones, and I do have one Yu-Gi-Oh Arc 5 manga, but other than that, I have never read any other Yu-Gi-Oh manga besides those, so I wouldn't really I wouldn't really know about that. But so as for the movies, though, mm, yes. So speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh movies, actually, one uh okay, so one Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel that I like to watch sometimes is actually Yu-Gi-Oh the movie series. Uh, It's the movie real life duel series there, and I actually really like those characters, and it especially the main character Tomas and even the sidekick character Bensei and all that. Even though the language is in like I think Hungarian, I I like that they still provide like English subtitles. Yeah, exactly. RLDS. Yeah, uh, I love those characters. Like, and oh, you still have to watch them? Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. It's up to you whether it's up to you when you want to watch them. Um, I mean, I like the old series, but there's actually like some new Yu-Gi-Oh movies from RLDS that has like new characters and all that. But honestly, I don't really like the new ones. I like the old ones better. Uh, but I don't know if you ever heard of this, but there's this channel that I like to watch called Spooky Electronics. I think his name was. Yeah, Spooky Electronics. His name is, and he has videos of like random real life duel characters duking it out against each other in like a tournament style format. Not sure what it's called, but uh, I actually know that like yeah, there were some older movies by some of the same guys. I believe it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Real Life movie. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But another thing, uh, yeah. So one other thing they wanted to tell you about is that Yeah, so for the channel called Spooky Electronics, there's like a little segment where all the real life duels, like uh, like real life series characters from like different universes, they they collab with each other. I think they sort of collab with each other, deck wise, and they duke it out in like a tournament style format, either on like EDO Pro or on the duel or on the dueling book. But I noticed that for that tournament, there were like a lot of popular characters like Kasara from White Dragon Legacy, like Prez, and even characters from uh, but even characters from the channel S Code Knight. But I noticed that I noticed that like Yudai wasn't in that, nor I think was Yoshi. So sort of disappointed by that. But I hope that for that segment, hopefully that I could be included in that as well, because I I'm trying to put myself out there into the world for my Yu-Gi-Oh, and uh, but my goal isn't really popularity. Uh, it's actually like recognition and all that, and it it's just to know that there are people out there that like my videos and that and to love and and to love me in general. But uh, I'm not really like I'm not really trying to count like subscribers and all that. But even though I appreciate like 100, at least 150, that is awesome. So anything else that you guys want to talk about? Uh, Actually, there is something else on my mind. So I did mention before that there was this Blue Eyes deck that I have. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure I've seen you in the Yu-Gi-Oh live action Discord so far. Pretty much all the real life people are there, and they help each other. Oh, okay. Maybe the reason why that I'm not on that is because I've never even heard of that before. So thank you for telling me about that, Very, and I will be sure to join the live action Discord as soon as I can. Probably like it's the channel from the people behind White Dragon Legacy. It's Treasure Key Studios. That's probably why. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense actually. So I could I could try and join the Discord there. Uh, Look for the Discord link on the channel. Yeah, I absolutely will. After this, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. 100%. Now, as I was actually saying earlier, uh, I do have this Blue Eyes deck that has like cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Uh, uh, Dark Side of Dimensions and the Legendary deck too. But the question for you guys is that do you want me to actually show you it? Because I could actually just go grab it and show you the cards if you want. If, if not, then that's okay too. That's okay too. You know what? Yeah, sure. I could definitely show it. Um, so I will be right back, and it, I'm just gonna go grab it. All right, one sec. All right, I'm back. So we have we now have a a couple new viewers actually coming into the chat. So hello hello Patilon, and also hello Machi. It's good to see you. So and yes, I am having a good stream. Thanks for asking. So this is actually just a little bit of a Q&A for my real life series videos, including Rise of the Planet. So if you guys want to have any questions that you want to ask, then go ahead and I can answer your questions. Now, so just want to know. So Very, are you still here, Very? Yeah, if you're still here, Very, then just let me know, and so that we can continue on with the stream. Yep, still here. Okay, great. So I was just saying earlier that I actually have a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck that has cards from the Dark Side of Dimensions pack and cards from the legendary decks too. So here is what I have here. So actually, is it in? Ooh, that is shiny. So it's like I think the new cards first and then the old cards. Yeah, got it. So we got the Deep Eyes White Dragon that I was talking about earlier. I know this is still a bit like rigged, but there's Obelisk the Tormentor. I got two of them actually. Not in the same deck, but from the same like thing. Then I have the Dark Side of Dimensions Blue Eyes White Dragon in Ultra Rare. And I also have two other Blue Eyes as well. So this is the first one, and here is the second one here. Alright, awesome. And now we're gonna... Yeah, you're right, because... So for Deep Eyes, you just, whenever your Blue Eyes Dragon Blue Eyes monster is destroyed, you can just reveal it in your hand, place it down on the field, inflict bird damage, and then it will be able to gain the attack points of one Blue Eyes monster in your grave. So next up we have is Kaiser Vorse Raider, secret rare. Then we have ultra rare Pandemic Dragon. Then we have Crystal Dragon. Then we have Assault Wyvern. Then we have Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Then we have Dragon's Fighting Spirit. Oh yeah, that reminds me actually. So for that little dual skit that I actually recreated, is that I'm actually gonna do it. So next, I play Dragon's Fighting Spirit. My Blue Eyes gains an additional attack for every monster you have out of the field. Now go, Blue Eyes! Triple White Lightning Attack! That's kind of. Next I have is the Melody of Awakening Dragon. And then you forgot about Pandemic Dragon? Yeah, Pandemic Dragon is such a cool card. Um, Now you'll be surprised that I have this. Like, I'm even surprised that I have this myself. But take a look at this. Is it? Yeah. But take a look at this. I have True Light, and I believe. But look at the rarity on this thing. This rarity is sick, isn't it? I really want to play True Light soon. For that. So next up I have is Induced Explosion. That's another kind of card. I know, right? Like, it's like Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot be with True Light, just like let's say it cannot be without True Light, just like how Dark Magician cannot be without Eternal Soul. Next up I have is Ultra Rare Countergate. Remember when in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie that Kaiba used this card against Aigami? Yeah, that was sick. So, next up is Crystal Avatar in Ultra Rare. So those are the holo cards for the deck, and I think that's all the that is all the new cards in the deck. But now it's time to show you the rest of the cards from the legendary deck too. So we have Master with Eyes of Blue, Trade-in, Final Attack Orders, Beacon of White, Polymerization, of course, because you can't have a Blue Eyes without polymerization. Alexandrite Dragon. Sorry. Pot of Dichotomy, which is actually, I believe, one of the worst pot cards in the deck. Then we have Silent Doom. Then we have Ancient Rules. That's used to special summon Blue Eyes from the deck. Yeah, I agree, very. Like, Pot of Dichotomy is like one of the worst ones. Like, Pot of Extravagance and like Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Desires, and I think even was Pot of Prosperity, I believe, is are the better pot cards. Anyway, so we have also Battle Ox, Unexpected Die. Special summon out that Battle Ox. Kid Moto Dragon. White Stone of Legend. Blade Knight. Oh, Pot of Duality? Yeah. I almost forgot about that card. Pot of Duality is actually used in Yugi's version of Legendary decks too. Negate Attack. Where Art Thou? Yeah. Force Raider. Ancient Lamp. King of the Swamp. Fusion Reserve. Tiger Dragon. Protector with Eyes of Blue. La Jinn, the mystical genie of the lamp. Now, I don't know how much this card is played, but it's Burst Stream of Destruction. Next is Rider of the Storm Winds. Mausoleum of White. The White Stone of Ancients, which is also vital for the deck. Sorry about that. Just gonna get that out. Cloning. Dragon Spirit of White. Enemy Controller. Yeah, many of those classical monsters from Kaiba are not played anymore, but there's plenty of support. Yeah. Unfortunately, the only one that I have is the only new cards that I have is the only new card that I have from Kaiba is True Light. I've yet to get the other ones. Dragon Spirit's always nasty, especially Duel Links. Yeah, I agree. So next up is Jar of Avarice. And next is Kaiba Man. Next is Shadow Spell. Fusion Substitute. And last but not least, Shrink. That is all the cards in the main deck. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna get the extra deck cards out, but there's some cards that actually just fell on the floor, so I'm just gonna pick them up right now. So we got this. Okay, gonna get that here. Right, there we go. So, take a see. Right, so there are no more cards that dropped on the floor there. So, are you ready to see the extra deck cards that I have for Kaiba's deck? Yep. So here we go. The first one I have is Azure Silver Dragon. Next up is First of the Dragons. And so Sunnyshine, yes, I have both Duel Links and Master Duel. Do you want me to put in my do you want me to put in my duelist IDs for both Master and Duel Links? But anyway, let's keep going. So we have also Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, ultra rare. And then you'll be very surprised as to what I got. I have Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Gold Ultra Rare. Oh, and finally, the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon that you were talking about earlier? And by the way, Sunnyshine, I do have both Duel Links and Master Duel. And I actually stream those games on Twitch, so make sure to check me out on Twitch as well. JoshB999. Now, anyway, for the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, you're never gonna believe this. I have it. I have the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Isn't that awesome? Take a look at this. Man. I got this. Yeah, I got this from the 2019 Megatit. So that's how I got it. I know. But the thing is that for Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, I'm not sure how much it costs though. I'm actually just gonna look up 1 second here. Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon price 2019 Mega 10. Is it okay, I'm just looking at it, and it could actually be as little as $14.14 to as high as $122.09. But I didn't have I don't have it graded yet. I don't have it graded, so um so yeah, it I mean, it's pretty expensive. Mm. I got quite a few of that. I could have got quite a few of that tin, but sadly no alt art raw. Uh, Sorry to hear that. Uh, well, I'm honestly not sure if I have if I actually have if I have that alt art raw. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Like I'm actually just looking up at pricecharting.com right now for the specific card for the 2019 Gold Sarcophagus 10. A PSA 10. If it's graded PSA 10, it could be it could be worth $122.09. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Uh, but anyway, um, whew, man, I've been on here for over 2.5 hours. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, um, honestly, I really enjoy engaging with you guys it, and just doing my and just actually, you know what I could do actually is that I could actually duel my subscribers one day, and I think that would be a pretty good idea, won't it? Uh, Other than that, though, I don't think there. I think I've run out of things to talk about. But anyway, um, if any of you guys are new, maybe one day, yeah. It, if any of you guys are new to the stream, uh, I want to welcome you guys eh, and I love and I appreciate you guys being here. And just bef- just before I wrap up though, because it's getting a little bit late now. Uh, do you guys have you got Duel Links and Master Duel, but you don't seek other players a lot? All right. Well then, very would you like to actually be? Would you actually like to be able to be friends on Master Duel and Duel Links with me, Barry? Because I think engaging with you specifically has been very interesting, and, and it, yeah, I think I like you. Yeah, I know. 2.5 hour, like over 2.5 hours of just talking and answering questions and all that. I had no idea it can get that long, but anyway, so um, I guess what we could do actually now, I'm now just I'm gonna wrap up, guys, and it it it's been wonderful engaging with you guys and answering your questions and all that. I'm so glad I decided to do a Q&A. So I will I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. All right. So yeah, just gonna end here. All right. So this is Josh B.